Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am feeling a little bit uninspired right now, and so I decided to do a tag video that I have been tagged for like a while ago. It's been a while, but I don't like doing tags like back to back, so it took me a little while to get to this one. But I was tagged by Teacup the Storyteller, which I will link down below. She is on a bit of a booktube hiatus right now because she just moved country, started a new job, but I hope that she will be back doing videos in the future. So for now, I think you can check out all of her like backlog videos, which are amazing as well. So this is the How Do You Booktube tag, which I had never heard of before. So this one isn't exactly about books so much, but more about Booktube and I guess how I use YouTube to watch book videos, which I do a lot. I watch a lot of Booktube. So yeah, let's get into the questions, and I hope this will be a fun and short video, hopefully. Okay, so the first question is, if you haven't already explained in another tag, what made you start your Booktube channel? And this is a little bit of a complicated story because from the name of my channel, you probably would have guessed that this was a beauty channel back in the day, like 10 years ago. And I started doing more and more bookish videos as I kind of shifted from that interest back to reading. I have always been a reader, but during my studies, I just fell off the bandwagon a little bit. And so, yeah, as I started getting more and more back into it again, I also started doing more Booktube content, and then one day I decided I only wanted to do Booktube content, and so now I basically don't really do a lot of beauty videos anymore, and it's mostly all Booktube. Second question, how do you decide to subscribe? How many channels are you subscribed to? So according to YouTube, I'm subscribed to about 85 channels, but not all of them are Booktube channels, so I can't tell you how many Booktube channels there are, probably like 75 or something like that. Not all of them are active anymore. I try to go through regularly and get rid of channels where I know that they won't become active again, or where I wouldn't care if they do, because like after a long time I also lose a lot of interest sometimes. So I try to keep it updated, but yeah, I would say it's probably around 70 to 75 Booktube channels. And how do I decide to subscribe? Now that's quite easy for me because I am a kind of person-centered watcher. So I like watching people who I think are very interesting, who might, I don't know, be very different from me or maybe very similar to me. Both of those things can be very interesting for me to watch. So I just look for people that I would like to be friends with if I met them in real life, and those are usually the channels that I subscribe to because yeah, I do care about that a lot. I don't really care about reading taste so much, but if I see that a booktuber is, for example, only reading romance books, then I will probably not subscribe to them just because I don't really enjoy reading romance books. So a lot of the books they would talk about would not be something that I really know or am interested in. But apart from like these things, I would say personality is the most important part for me. Question number 3. I already answered that a little bit, I'm sorry. Do you unsubscribe from inactive channels? If so, how do you decide to unsubscribe? As I said, if I know that a channel will not come back because people do like a final video where they proclaim that they're not gonna do any more videos, or that they're shifting to another platform like Instagram, which I don't have personally, then I will unsubscribe. I will also sometimes just unsubscribe because I feel like I've grown apart from the channel and I'm not that interested anymore. So yeah, I definitely do unsubscribe from channels, and especially the inactive ones, but I also have some where I stay subscribed just because I hope so much that the people will come back, and sometimes they do, most of the time they don't, and that's fine. I don't really care if I stay subscribed to them for a possible future where they might return. Number Number 4, when and where do you watch Booktube? I do watch Booktube mostly in the evenings, and yeah, I just like to unwind when I come back from home. But when I come back home from work, and then I just put on a Booktube video or two, usually when I have dinner, when I'm cuddling with the cat. So yeah, that's usually when I watch Booktube. Number 5, how do you respond to comments? Do you always respond right away or on a set schedule? Do you comment on every video you watch? Okay, that is a lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. How do you respond to comments? Usually I try to say something that is an actual response. Like, I always feel bad just being like, thank you for that comment. You know, I try to say something meaningful in return. So I do like comments where it is easy to respond something to it. Then do you always respond? Yes, since I don't get a lot of comments, I try to always say something in return. I think that's just kind of friendly, and as I said, since I don't have a lot of comments, it's not actually any work or anything like that. Right away or on a set schedule? Usually right away. I do that very differently on my cooking channel, but on this one I do it right away. Now obviously sometimes right away can still mean like a couple of hours later when I'm currently in bed or at work or something like that. But yeah, usually on the same day that I get the comment. And then, do you comment on every video you watch? No, I don't comment on every video I watch. I try to comment stuff that is meaningful to the video. So sometimes I just don't have anything to say, and I must say, especially with the like bigger channels who get a ton of comments anyway, I always feel like they don't need like a meaningless comment from me. Like, if I have something to say, then I will say it, but if I don't, I don't. With the smaller channels, I do like to comment more often, just because I think if you don't get a lot of comments anyway, as I do on my channel, every comment kind of matters and is nice and makes you happy. So yeah, I try to comment more on the smaller channels. Number 6, do you keep up with content as it comes out, or do you catch up on older content? How do you filter through old content, if so? No, I usually watch the new stuff that is coming out. So yeah, back when I had more time, when I was still a student, I would love to just go through all of my video feed, like not the like main page, but the ones where you have the content you subscribe to, subscription feed, I guess you would call that. I like to go through all the videos that were in there, but since now life is so much busier, I can't physically do that. So yeah, I watch the new stuff and just by, you know, what interests me the most. There are certain videos I really like watching, like I do like fun TBR videos, for example, or I do like reading vlogs from certain people a lot, so I will always watch those first. But then there's also content that I'm not always so interested in, like very lengthy wrap-up videos, for example, or book hauls. Like, book hauls are so boring to me, so those are usually the videos that I will probably not watch if I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I almost never go back to older videos. I'm too lazy for that, I'm sorry. And then last question, do you use your homepage feed to decide what to watch, or do you work down your list of channel subscriptions? Now, I'm not quite sure what that means, because you have like different kind of feeds. So the homepage feed for me would be the one with all like the general videos that YouTube thinks you might enjoy, no matter whether you've subscribed to someone or not. I don't use that a lot. I use that for other content, but not for Booktube content, because for some reason I almost never get recommended Booktube content on there. I do watch a lot of other things, like I like watching American late night shows on YouTube, so like Seth Meyers and Jimmy Kimmel and stuff. And I also really love watching Little Simsy, for example, so I sometimes get recommendations for Sims videos. And then I do like watching certain shorts, usually the those are by people who are not from Germany but now live in Germany and do like funny content about it. So I guess that's more the stuff that I get recommended on my like main page, but I do use my subscription page, so where I get all the new videos from the people I have subscribed to. I do not go through the channels to check for new content. I hope that makes sense. This question is a little bit odd. So yeah, that is the tag. I don't want to tag anyone because yeah, I feel like mostly people don't really do it, or it's like months later. So if you want to do this, feel free. I hope that this was somewhat interesting to see my process, I guess, of watching Booktube, because it's definitely something I usually don't talk about. Like, I feel like the reading books part is like very vocal on here, but the like enjoying Booktube content part is not. I could also do a new like shout out kind of video if you want me to, just sharing some of the channels that I've been watching the most. I did do videos like that before, but yeah, that's all I have. I hope it was somewhat interesting. Let me know your answers to these questions in the comments if you want, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye. Now I'm dying. Definitely struggling with the allergies today.